Hello, I'm Logan Phillips and welcome to my vlog, or as we like to call it, the VLOGAN. This is a vlog dedicated to people with special needs and those who love them. Hello, viewers and listeners. Logan here for another edition of the VLOGAN, a vlog for people with disabilities and those who love them. Today, I am lucky enough to be talking with, and you're lucky enough to be hearing from Kathi Machle and Ginny Bryan from Autism Society of Central Ohio, also known as ASCO. Thank you both for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us, Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Great. So Kathi is the managing director of ASCO and Ginny is the resource specialist. So guys, if you wouldn't mind just talking a little bit about the history of ASCO and then kind of what your roles are and what ASCO does.
Okay. ASCO has been around for at least 26 years. I know that because I first attended a support group when my son was diagnosed in March of 1995. I know it had been around for a certain amount of time before that, but I don't have records or institutional recollection of that. At that time, it was a quarterly or monthly newsletter and a monthly support group. And we had folks who drove as much as 100 miles to come every month for the support group. Over time and with the development of the internet, we became more hands-on, developing events for folks to come to and educational seminars, trying to provide the support everyone needed. My motto is always, if we don't have it or we don't know where it is, we'll try to help you find it.
Oh, that's wonderful. So ASCO predates the internet, so there were telephone trees.
We had telephone trees. Everything was by snail mail. Joan Fector and I used to sit and stuff envelopes with the newsletters.
Wow. I was trying to explain to my kids the other day about how when school was canceled or a practice was canceled, how you had a telephone tree that you used to call. And if you didn't get that person, you skipped to the next person.
Right.
And that you'd leave messages on answering machines. And it kind of blew their mind that you had to wait to get home to find out who was calling you.
Right, right.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the roles that you all play in with ASCO.
Well, absolutely. So I think the biggest thing is supporting families. We are here, boots on the ground, in the trenches, for what our family needs in the here, in the now. We provide a lot of networking opportunities through some of our family events, which are very welcoming events. We want them to be non-judgmental. We want families and individuals on the spectrum to come and enjoy themselves, to relax. A lot of our families can be very isolated, and that's really hard. They at times feel a little hopeless. And we just want them to know, hey, we're here and we're here to help. And there is light at the end of the tunnel, depending on where they are in their journey. We are here for them. We care about the family and the individual as well. We really feel like we are making a difference every day in these lives.
Awesome. And sometimes that help is, we can't fix things, but we can say, we've been there. We know how you're feeling and we know how frustrating this is, but it does get better.
Both of you have lived autism, right? Or are living it currently.
Correct.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
We listen to our families, and sometimes just by having them tell their story, it helps them. And then we can really let them know, hey, you got this. We're here to help. But, tomorrow is a new day. And, again, you got this, and it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay.
How do people get involved in ASCO? And then are there, Central Ohio is a big area. Are there different pockets of groups within Central Ohio? Can you talk to the folks about that?
We have several support groups. We call them Coffee, Tea, and Autism. And other affiliates in the state also run Coffee, Tea, and Autisms. We have one in Fairfield County. We have one that's currently online and probably will stay online. It's called Coffee, Tea, and Autism High Resources, which tends to provide support for folks whose children and adults have more needs than some others. We also have Coffee, Tea, and Autism Connecting Adults, which we started About a year ago, to try and provide support and connections for adults on the autism spectrum.
Kathi and I love the support group. We love to start them. We love to support them. We love to be a part of them. And we also have one in Licking County right now. Couple of our others, due to COVID, have taken a bit of a break, and we're hoping that, in a couple months, when we're hoping things return a little bit more to normal, that we'll be able to announce other support groups or the return of many support groups. But the great thing about our Coffee, Tea, and Autism is it's run by volunteer facilitators who actually live the autism journey. Even our facilitator for the Connecting Adults is an adult on the spectrum. The others are parents, but you could be a caregiver, you could be a grandparent. They just happen to be parents on the spectrum. And it really gives them a good insight into how to support these families. They live the journey too. As none of our journeys are exactly alike, there is a lot of similarities to the path that we are walking.
Got it. So I'm thinking, hey, somebody's going to be listening to this and say, all right, great. Where do I need to go? How do I find out about how do I get to a Coffee, Tea, and Autism? Where should folks go for this information?
It's on our website. So
Okay.
if they go to www.autismcentralohio.org, we have it in a couple different places. We have it under support, and I believe we have it under events.
And they can also always email us at info@autismcentralohio.org or call at 614-284-6323.
Now, I also understand that your guys' Facebook is fabulous. Can you talk a little bit about the Facebook, and do people need to join a group, ask to join, or is all the information public on Facebook?
So with our social media, with Facebook, everything is public. All you have to do is like the page. And we think it's just a great vessel to get information out to our families. Not only do we provide information about our events that we're holding and our support groups, but we also spend a lot of time trying to figure out what else would be beneficial to our families, whether it's a different event that's happening that might be sensory friendly, autism friendly, whether it's a wonderful article or a presentation that we find that our families would benefit from. We try to put all that information on our Facebook page. Probably post about 3 to 4 times a day. So always come back and look, because there's always new things. We also like to do some encouraging memes and kind of fun things as well.
So my understanding is that ASCO does a lot of community events that necessarily aren't, support related. They're fun things, and that those fill up quickly. And that's why Facebook is the best place to go for that, because sometimes there are limited spaces for some of those things. And Facebook is where people check throughout the day to make sure that they get in, right?
It's also beneficial to get on our email list, because sometimes we release events through our email list before we post them on Facebook. So
great.
And you just get on that. You can get on that through our website.
Can you tell everybody about some recent events that you had, and then maybe some upcoming ones that they might still have the opportunity to come and enjoy?
Well, our most recent family event was at the Franklin Park Conservatory. They opened an hour early for us to get into the Garden Railway exhibit, and that was fabulous. We had 2-year-olds and 30-somethings, all of whom were very, very excited by that. And then after that, the families could explore the children's garden and go inside the Franklin Park Conservatory to explore it. That kind of event serves more than just the purpose of providing fun and experience. It helps to provide skills and introduction to events and institutions so that they're less challenging, they're more familiar to our folks, and hopefully they'll gain the skills to visit during times when the regular public attends.
Another event I just wanted to mention that we had, I think it was about a month ago, was we rented out the Westerville Highlands Park pool. And that was super popular with our families. What we like to do is we like to rent venues out so that we try to make them as autism friendly as possible, which is sometimes why we fill our events up, because there's only so much capacity a venue can hold in order to make it autism friendly. But that's a very, very popular event for us. We do that yearly. Pool parties are awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I will say we had one person at that event remark that she had never seen her husband more relaxed with their son than that in public than at that event.
Oh.
So, you know, that to me, that event was a success if that's all that happened.
Yeah. Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, because we like to have our families come as a family unit and enjoy themselves as a family. We want the siblings to have fun. We want the individuals on the spectrum or those adults that are enjoying, that are on the spectrum. You know, we really want to provide an opportunity for everyone to enjoy themselves.
Oh, that's just great. What's upcoming? I know that there's some pictures that family portraits that I know are probably already full, but there's Santa coming up. Tell folks about all the things that are coming up.
My favorite holiday is Halloween, and we actually have 3 Halloween events coming up. They're all outdoors because of COVID, but we have a drive-through trunk or treat at Embassy Suites in Dublin on the 21st.
Correct.
And then we have a trunk or treat in Delaware County at our Friends New Beginning Church. They support us a great deal on the 30th. And the hope is that everybody gets a chance for a safe and sensory-friendly trick-or-treat experience. On December 4th, we will have our in-person Santa. Those are specific appointments for families, so there's no waiting in line. There's no noise from the crowds at the mall. And our Santa loves our kids and our adults. And then we will also be, I think, providing again this year a Zoom Santa experience.
And last year we were able to provide 78 families the experience of Santa via Zoom. And we knew that, things were looking different and it was going to be a little tough, but we just want to make sure that our families still had some familiarity to things like a visit with Santa. So we were able to serve 78 families last year with that. It was super exciting.
Oh, that is just great. Can you talk a little bit about the family portrait sessions that that I know are coming up or have come or have been done recently? Will you talk a little bit about that, Ginny?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do, they're called sensory family friendly photos, because as both Kathi and I and many other parents know, getting a family photo is near impossible at times. So what we do is we provide a very calm environment, and we provide very much like Santa. We give the families a 15-minute time slot just with them and the photographer. So that way, there is time to relax. We ask ahead of time if there's anything the photographer may need to know to make the experience a little easier for the families. For example, they may say, please don't use this word, or, my son doesn't like loud noises, or, my daughter gets nervous, or whatever it may be, so that the photographer, they are ready and they are educated as to how to help this family get the best photo possible. Because we spoke to some families and they said, we haven't had a photo in 18 years.
Wow.
We said, well, we got it. We have to change this. So it is something that we do every year. So if a family did not get in this year, no worries, we will do it again.
And I just want to thank your firm for supporting that. You also supported our kayaking event earlier in the summer and our Santa event. So we are grateful to you for your partnership with us.
Well, thank you. When it was several years ago, I got invited by Ginny to do a coffee, tea, and autism event, actually, and talk about resources that were available and planning for what I call bright tomorrows, which is making sure that individuals with disabilities are able to live a life of quality and joy after mom and dad are gone. And as soon as I experienced that, I said, I need to become more involved with ASCO. And Now, you just kind of it fed right into it. All of this is no cost to the families. Is that correct?
No cost or minimal cost.
Minimal.
Okay.
Sometimes we charge a small amount, like our photos will be $10 a family, simply because if folks don't pay, we have a more than a 50% no-show rate. And
yes, we've experienced that too. Yes.
Yeah,
Got
if we charge $5 or $10, that significantly reduces the no-show rate, and allows us not to have a waiting list of folks who want to get in and then be frustrated on the, for us to be frustrated on the day, because we could have filled all those slots if we knew it.
Got it. Great. Ginny, you were going to say something.
Yeah. So the other thing that we also want everyone to know is if the $5 or the $10, whatever our fee is, if that is a hardship, and we totally understand that, we would never want to exclude any family that would like to attend our events. All you need to do is contact myself or Kathy, and we have scholarships available for any family to attend any of our events, because there are months when $5 or $10 might be difficult. And we understand that. We just would never want a family not to be able to attend anything that we provide because of financial hardships.
Yeah.
Great.
And that segues into something else we do, and that is grants. We developed a grant program to provide for families and individuals to attend conferences. We've had some adults with autism that were able to attend local arts conferences. We've provided iPads for nonverbal students. And recently, State Farm provided us with a whole bunch of Amazon Echo 5s that we have given out, and we actually have more of those. So yeah, that's another aspect.
Got it. So if people need an Echo 5, they should contact ASCO.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Yes. And we think they're the Amazon Echo Show 5. We think they're a fabulous resource to help with organizational and time management for teens and adults with autism and other disabilities. And I will say, we welcome anyone. We don't check your autism credentials at the door.
Got it. Oh, that's wonderful. So it kind of segues in. So this is a nonprofit organization that relies on donations and fundraisers, right?
That's correct.
Correct.
And so as a newly minted board member of ASCO, I don't think I'd be doing my job if I didn't mention that there are always accepting donations, but also that there are some fundraisers coming up. A big one I know in Delaware. Ginny, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So we have our Delaware Turkey Trot. It is actually a 5K walk, run, and Little Gobblers race. It's a family event. It's held every Thanksgiving morning at 8:30. And we provide shirts. You'll get a medal. You'll get a pumpkin pie as soon as you cross the finish line. And all the proceeds from that race come back to ASCO.
Right.
Wonderful. And Kathy, you mentioned New Beginnings Church. I know that New Beginnings used to be a sponsor of that event. Are they still a big supporter of that event?
Actually, New Beginnings runs the Turkey Trot, and we are in a supporting role. They do all the work. We provide some volunteers and help out in setting that race up. Ginny gets the food and whatever, but technically it's their fundraiser and they donate the money back to us.
Got it. So the only beneficiary of the race is ASCO, but it's New Beginnings that's putting it on. That's correct. And they have donated, just a huge amount of money. And actually we were first able to hire Ginny because of the proceeds from the Turkey Trot. So well, that is about the best spent money there is. Absolutely. The return on that investment has been what do they call that? Astronomically, or I'm thinking of the word in math where it just goes geometrically. Yeah. Wonderful. What a return on investment. Right. Well, I want to thank you both. Again, we have Kathi and Ginny. Kathi is the managing director of Autism Society of Central Ohio, and Ginny Bryan is the resource specialist. Thank you both for joining me and talking about ASCO and all the wonderful work that it does, but that you do to make that happen.
Well, thank you. You know, we are passionate about this. We are passionate about our families, and we are passionate about making the world a better place for autism, starting here in Central Ohio.
That's great.
Absolutely. I can't echo that more, what Kathi just said, and we're here to help. So, you know, please, if anyone is viewing this, give us a call, email, check out our website, however, the easiest way for them to contact us. We'd love to hear from them and see how we can help.
That's great. I hope you enjoyed this episode of VLOGAN. Please like, share, and subscribe to the RRPG channel so you can stay up to date with some of the latest news in the disability community.